Hello. My hair. It's interesting. Whatever it was that I didn't get in my childhood, it takes me in bad directions. I have good days, decent days, and then suddenly a trigger will bring up that old feeling. I'm not good enough. I'm not going to make it. And when I feel this way, I run towards familiar coping mechanisms, even when some of them are really harmful toward myself and others. I might binge playing video games. I might binge social media. The hardest addiction that I have is to validation. I don't know why I have an addiction to validation. I usually attribute it to growing up and being told over and over that I'm lazy, that I'm talented with no work ethic, I pay no attention, yada yada yada. Sob stories, right? I was always a maladaptive daydreamer, and I always had a hard time staying present. Rather than being able to break this cycle, I simply embedded myself further in it by learning how to give off a sense that I'm present and normal without actually feeling it internally. And sometimes the joy and confidence I receive from validation, other people seeing me as present, hardworking, kind, doing a good job, lifts me out of my seemingly unshakable funks to where I feel super engaged, super happy, ready to do anything. But this is just an addiction cycle, a kind of gamble that doesn't pay off. You see, the high from getting validation, from accomplishment and successful performance, only lasts a certain while until the inevitable mistake kicks in. Sometimes you even self-sabotage yourself out of it, becoming so preoccupied with preventing yourself from failing that you lose sight of yourself, begin to hate yourself and your surroundings. Validation was always my rope out of the whole of my addictions. I could stop playing video games or thinking about work for a good while if I felt like I was a cool person, genuinely, if I felt like I was hardworking and other people see that. But then I burn out. You always burn out when you require external validation for fuel, and especially when you become so preoccupied with driving that you use more and more of it. Sometimes I push too hard in a deep desire to satiate that need for self-satisfaction, and then my sleep schedules are awry, I'm snappy, I'm not eating well, and to top it all off, the work doesn't get done. Everything becomes a chore. I feel as though I need to be treated like a child, told I'm a good boy for doing even the slightest thing. And this reflects a dark reality, one even worse than just dooming yourself with bad mental health. It speaks to how your need for validation hurts everyone around you. Especially as a man, you are socialized to feel comfortable letting women do things for you and having them cheer you on and walk you through every responsibility you're supposed to take on. You're socialized to be a little boy, because boys will be boys, and simply being a man who cares and tries should be enough to view you as the prize, worth tremendous work to keep around. But you're not a prize, you're a person. You make agreements with people, contracts. I'll help you, you'll help me. We'll help each other, we'll lean on each other. And yet, because you require so much external validation, usually encompassing their effort to validate you, in order to even have the fuel to act, you'll end up dragging everyone down. You're not a burden unless you believe yourself to be one, and act accordingly. If you see yourself as strong, energetic, kind, and most importantly, a being deserving of life and capable of living, you can act accordingly. You can get up and do the dishes even when your ego is weakened, bruised, starving. You can quiet the hungry ghosts. You can handle when you've done something wrong, when you've been a bad partner or friend, and the work it takes to make things right. When I make these videos, whether they be essays on culture or reflections on mental health, they are primarily for me. If you believe me to be able to hold up all the things I talk about in my videos, you'll be quite disappointed if you ever meet me. I fail a lot, and it's not cute. It's something I'm working on, something that is changing. And in order to transform, I write. I say what needs to be said with my own viewpoint, my own self as audience, fully in mind. And what's great is that I know that means other people are also watching and will also maybe find what I say helpful because I am a living being and they are too.